spoke about addressing the root causes of conflict in your speech. Now, you served in Afghanistan. Today there is talk about engaging the Taliban. We haven't, I mean, to quote your own words, we haven't addressed the root causes of the rise of the Taliban. Now, I'm just wondering what you feel about talks with the Taliban, addressing the root causes of the conflict which is still continuing, and considering the fact that Canadians have been deployed there, how do you feel about the conflict still continuing? And if I can, I mean, I will waive my supplementary and ask you, your meeting with the Defense Minister, Mr. Jaitley, what was the conversation like on any collaboration between Canadian and Indian industries in Make in India?
Yes, with regards to Afghanistan, one thing we need to understand is the Taliban is not one monstrous organization. It is a small entity, small leadership, radical thinking that has sucked in a generation of youth, of young men into their ranks. And so we cannot look at the conflict through one enemy. Because if we did this, we'd be fighting forever. The conversations that need to have is with people who are there, who wanted to make a change. Conversations were going on when I served there as well. But it's up to the Afghan government to have formal discussions with the Taliban leadership and about reducing their conflict. And it is their choice to make. But if you do not have a discussion that's open, they're going to be dealing with conflict for a very long time. So we have to be mindful of that. But the root causes of the conflict that was there, you're looking at the corruption itself that was pushing the younger youth, Afghan youth, to the Taliban. But a lot of work has been done with them over the years. And this is something that I worked on directly with. I saw direct progress with the Afghan government. The U.S. also played a key role, but I'm also proud to say that it was Canada's initiative in Kandahar that started this. That's one of the reasons why I kept being asked to deploy. And I deployed during the U.S. surge under U.S. command. I had a dual role. I was not only the senior special advisor to the commanding general, I was also special advisor to the U.S. state representatives as well, because we knew that the military solution was not going to work alone. We needed to look at diplomacy. So the root cause is does need to be addressed. The discussions within Taliban leadership, this is an Afghan government decision, and they need to make that. And regarding my discussion with the Minister of Defense, what we talked about was enhancing our defense relationship, as I mentioned earlier. We are already doing some work regarding reciprocal training, and we need to develop that even further. But it's only through dialogue and exchange of senior leadership will we be able to further look at, get a better idea of what type of training we need to provide. We have one of our frigates coming here in May, and our Army leadership will also be looking at having greater cooperation. But we also need to stress that Canada has, again, a great defense industry that we need to showcase a little bit better as well, so that we can have greater cooperation at that level as well.
After all that, you have been accused by a chief minister of being a Khalistani. How do you react to that, sir?
As I stated, I've been a police officer, and I've been accused and called many different things by organized crime. I got a contract put on me once. I had my parents' home. There was attempted home invasion because of taking out an organized crime group that was ruining our communities with drugs. When I fought the Taliban, I had 2 suicide bombers after me and a U.S. commander that I was working with. When you have served your country and you put your life at risk, it does hurt. I'm not going to lie to you about that. But I'm not going to get into petty politics of one chief minister or any other province. My reason for going to the job is to pay respects to her mother's side, because as you know, I am sick. I want to pay respects to the village that I was born. We're very And my parents have taught me that when you go to a place, and I do this around the world, you show courtesy to the leadership that's there. And the captain is the chief minister, and it was my responsibility to offer up a meeting, and if he decides he doesn't want to meet and what our conditions are, that's for them to figure out. I'm not going to dignify the response. My actions speak for me and my service speaks for me.
Okay. Thank you very much.